They say image is everything, but when it comes to making an impression, what role does our wardrobe really play? Well, one woman believes a specific set of behavioural patterns are attached to what she calls a style personality.
Kirsty Milligan is a corporate image consultant who's analysed the leadership traits of some of our most prominent politicians. And according to her, the biggest power brokers are telling us more about themselves with the clothes they wear.
Kirsty Milligan joins us now live from Melbourne. Kirsty, hello. How did you actually end up becoming a corporate image consultant?
Oh, you know what? It's been a mix of a background of 20 years in the corporate industry, working with teams and wanting to shop for a living. So I've mixed my two biggest passions together.
Nice combination.
Yeah.
Kirsty, we're going to get you to analyse some of our pollies. But before we do, can you tell us if a shy or introverted person can use clothes to, portray a different persona?
Oh, we certainly can. With my clients, I really do try and keep their clothes as close to their authentic personality as we possibly can. So shy and introverted people tend to want to have more muted tones and wear things that don't stand out from the crowd, but that's really okay because it makes that person feel more confident to feel comfortable.
Okay. Kirsty, now let's get to the politicians. First of all, what can you tell us about Julie Bishop?
Julie Bishop is a classic style personality, which is really timeless and elegant. From her behavioural perspective, a classic is very structured and organised. They tend to make decisions quite slowly and change. They don't change very quickly. Now, the problem with that is it can sometimes come off as a little cold and distant, and they need to work on connection a little bit.
What about Pauline Hanson? What would her style personality be?
She's got an amazing style personality. Now, Pauline is actually called a dramatic. Dramatics never want to blend in. They always want to stand out. They tend to be the agitators and the anarchists. They're the voice of anti-establishment. So they really like to be heard loud and clear. They'll often put forward the minority view.
Okay, lots of those ensembles. She had the print ladies. She's a big fan of the zebra print and then a bit of a tiger print there. Kirsty, now our PM, Mr Turnbull, how's his style?
Now, he's the male version of a classic style personality, which is very interesting because for a male in a classic, we see him as sort of a James Bond kind of look. We think that he's suave and sophisticated, but again, the other end of that is that it can come off a little bit cold. He has to make sure that he can still have connection with people and that he doesn't come off as a little bit arrogant or a little bit distant.
Okay, I think most men would happily be likened to James Bond. What about our next Polly, Bob Catter? What can you tell us about his style?
Oh, Bob has a beautiful style personality. He's a rugged, so he's a man's man. He's the kind of man that you would expect to see throw a leg over a Harley Davidson at the end of the day and ride off into the sunset. He's a bit of a man's man, bit of a blokey bloke.
Okay, what about Bill Shorten?
Oh, Bill Shorten's different again. He is a casual style personality, which means that he's very salt of the earth. He's on the front lines. He will get in with people. Not terribly inspiring from a leadership perspective, but certainly someone you would want in the trenches with you. He sometimes looks uncomfortable in a suit. He looks better when he rolls the sleeves up. He looks like he's more at home with that.
Kirsty, do you think these choices are intentional, or do you think there's a team behind them, guiding them in what to wear?
I think in politics overseas, particularly in America, we do see a lot of those politicians being styled and having their corporate image and their political image really polished. In this country, I don't think we see it as much, and I don't think that we're talking as much about the language of how we look visually and what it's saying to people. I think we can do more with that.
Okay, Kirsty, and just finally, can we get your tips on what to wear to a job interview? What are some, things you must do?
Oh, definitely make sure that your clothes don't speak louder than you do when you're at a job interview. So don't think that a flashy tie or cartoon socks are going to make you stand out. Make sure that you wear something that is stylish and fit for the job at hand. Great colours for interviews are blue, black or grey.
Blue, black or grey. Okay, leave the
Tom,
animal
you came
prints
dressed
at
for the
home.
job.
What are you saying, Sally? I've got a job interview coming
Just
up.
saying you look...
No, Sarah, why did you ask that question? Do you guys know something I don't know?
Some people out there just made like to know. It's kind of nice.
Kirsty, thank you so much. Appreciate
Thanks
you
for
joining
having
us.
me.
What's happening, guys?
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Kirsty.
You do look good.